If you stumble upon pitiful creatures in desperate need, will you halt or abandon them? These compassionate souls opted to pause, altering their destinies. Tune in to WOWTV's video today and discover the answer that resonates deep within your being. Deers have horns to defend themselves, but it can also make their lives difficult sometimes. This man gave up his hammock to free this poor animal. This squirrel's exit was blocked by the grass growing around the pipe. They had to dig around for this little friend to come out. Nothing can be seen from the metal barrel on top of its head. This bear thought it was a predator lurking, but actually, it was the people who brought it another life.
А теперь разбегаемся.
You got his foot wrapped in there pretty good.
Don't be afraid, little raccoon. We will always be here to save you.
Okay, Pope, I got him. It's okay, buddy.
Run back to your mama and the place where you belong. To save this poor elephant from the lake, the locals broke part of this wall to get it out of there.
Эй, Акела, привет! Да какое же оно вкусное! Иди, мой хороший. На, сальцо. На.
This diver didn't care about this pufferfish's venom. He just focused on saving this adorable creature.
Look, there's spiders' frigging webs everywhere. I hate spiders.
This smart flying fox gladly took the help of these humans to get to safety.
Actually, his name has to be Montpellier.
Garbage is always a big problem for marine animals. Even a giant whale shark cannot free itself from ropes and plastics. A commendable effort by the police to rescue the dog from the burning car.
Oh no!
The mama swan asked me to tell you, thank you for your kindness. These builders heard a cat's helpless cry, so they dug up the ground with their hands to bring it back to the light safely. This skinny dog was abandoned on a deserted mountain for months, and then it was time for it to enjoy a life with a kind woman. Because of its huge belly, this buffalo couldn't stand up on its own, but needed the help of these two boys. This is when a huge group of people came together to save 7 orcas stranded in La Calera, Argentina. It's challenging for anyone, including ourselves, to escape when trapped in a muddy swamp. To rescue the majestic rhinoceros from the swamp, the digger had to work relentlessly. This bird was trapped in a metal fence because of the ice. The warmth from the kind man's hands and breath melted the ice and she was freed.
Here we go, little buddy. Go ahead and fly away. Nice blonde.
When this bear's head got stuck in the barrel, it could only hope for some miracle. And that finally happened, that it was able to return to its family.
There you go. Heads up, buddy.
Do you need help to get down? Easy. Hey, shh. Hey, I'm trying to help you. Okay?
His sincerity touched this little bobcat.
Yeah, buddy. Okay, you got it. You're free.
Hey, puppy. Come here, buddy. Come here. Come here.
Good. It's gonna come off.
Use the
A mischievous little monkey got his head stuck between some rocks and cried for help. And firefighters did their best to rescue it safely. Running frantically with an arrow lodged in its left flank, this deer met its savior. Luckily, it was perfectly fine. This pony was concerned as its mother's leg was entangled in her mane. And then she could walk freely with the help of animal rescuers.
Okay, folks, I found a stranded turtle out here at Cozumel.
The stranded turtle was so lucky to be found in such a remote place. The man was definitely her beacon of hope. This firefighter was trying to bring back the life of this cat caught in the fire.
She's kind of getting good airflow. She's coming around. She wasn't breathing at all when we got her out.
You'll be okay. Gun creature, he's just got it stuck.
Yeah, it should be fine.
This animal rescuer used a ladder to release this poor trapped bird, and they gave it a new home.
I'm a bit screwed.
These railway workers jumped off a train to help a Camoes buried in a pile of snow. They're also heroes. Due to being sprayed with too much pesticide, this snake was unconscious and could only wait for a miracle. And that miracle took the form of an old man. The insatiable hunger had landed Red Fox in big trouble. After doing everything possible, the rescuer was able to set it free. A surfer saved a falcon after he saw it trying to swim to land.
I see it.
OMG.
What would you do if you saw a beautiful butterfly trapped in the water? A kind man gave a monkey CPR and managed to revive the animal, thanks to being first aid trained. It seems that this baby orca was trying to take humans somewhere. It turns out their mother was having trouble with her tail, and they brought them back together. This croc has been living with a tire around its neck for 6 years. It seems to tighten up and made it so uncomfortable. And after many unsuccessful rescues, it could finally say goodbye to that old tire.
Come on, Moose.
Little bee. Little bee.
For some reason, this pig had fallen into a remote waterhole. And then it could only hope that someone could rescue it from this predicament.
Yeah, that's a good idea, Kev.
This giraffe went where it shouldn't have been.
He's alive. He's alive. He's going. We just saved him.
Oh my god, get back! Oh my god! Oh my god!
A rope tied around this whale shark's body for a long time prevented it from growing normally. Luckily, this brave diver discovered it and freed it. Natural food sources have become scarce for long-tailed parrots. Understanding this, the man spent his own money to feed 6,000 birds every day.
2,500 rupees per each for fund one day.
وش ذا؟ وش بك يا جنين؟ اضرب طين. الله يلعنه. كأنك ما تروشت يا قنبل. ناظر الطين.
This kitten crossed the road without realizing the danger it was in. Luckily, a driver quickly got out of their car just in time. An amazing zoo security guard jumped into the pond to rescue an orangutan. He was pulled out of the water before being given CPR. A rushing current surrounded the helpless dog, leaving it with no escape. It wasn't until this hero appeared that it could finally find its way to safety. This rusty hook hurt the shark.
So there's mine. Mine's out.
It was really lucky to be discovered and helped by this man. The lynx was freaking out because it was trapped. This man took a wooden plank so he could reach and rescue the animal without getting hurt.
Okay. That's how you do it with a board.
Due to extreme hunger, the python mistakenly swallowed a bath towel, posing a threat to its life. The nurse successfully removed the towel from its body. Despite this seagull's resistance, this couple was trying to rescue it from a fishing line. This little horse has strayed onto the road with many cars.
¿Cómo está?
This kind driver decided to help him so he could reunite with his mother. Just a little water from the driver saved this thirsty camel in the middle of the desert where the heat reached up to 60 degrees Celsius. This poor dog got stuck in the freezing water, but luckily a kind man helped it to walk across the log back to warmth and safety.
Chase them.
A poor elephant was starved for 3 days in an abandoned well. People had to break the well's mouth to rescue him. This man found this trapped little fawn. He was really gentle so as to not make it panic. This made me feel so warm and fuzzy inside.
Go on, off you go. Go on, you're free. Look at that, off like a racing car.
This man became friends with the fennec fox because he shared his meals with it. These Italian divers rescued a sperm whale trapped from a fishing net on the coast of Lipari. It was free and, fortunately, perfectly fine. These tourists discovered a zebra trapped in a tree, but its terror was messing things up. They soothed it to make the rescue easier. A rescue team found this scared cub trying to get off the leash. They quickly approached and helped it out of the trap. An animal rescue organization in India took on the most difficult rescue to date. When a stray dog was stuck on a 2-foot wide ledge on the 18th floor. The dog must have been terrified. Curiosity sometimes puts cats in awkward situations, and this man's assistance was wonderful. Moments later, a shop owner discovered it and pulled it off the pole.
Little softer.
This dragonfly was so lucky to have met such a kind person.
We did it! Woo! Go, little guy.
This moose got its leg stuck on a railway track whilst running across. After sedating the moose, a group was able to rescue it successfully. A poor little monkey was discovered entangled in a fishing net near the river. It was trembling with fear, thinking it had no chance of survival. But then, someone said yes. National Park staff used helicopters to airdrop thousands of kilos of carrots and sweet potatoes onto koalas, kangaroos, and other animals following the Australian bushfires.
Go right up. That's a whale on the side. Oh my god. No.
When witnessing the survival chase between a shark and a sea turtle, many people chose to walk away. But not this guy.
Say it from the tiger shark.
This man was trying to approach this angry lion with a noose, and he had to be so careful. A deer with its head stuck in a bucket had found itself swimming in deep water. Without these people intervening, it's hard to imagine how things might have ended for the deer.
She should be able to stand now. Go ahead.
We're trying to pick butterflies. How did she get in our pool? What's gonna do to that squirrel?
It's gonna help them. Bye-bye.
Oh, okay.
They responded to a sincere plea from a whale and did everything they could to prolong its life before returning it to the sea. This cyclist gave a stranded turtle a lift along a long stretch of road as it was trying to find its way back to the water.
All right, Ralph. Don't get yourself caught up in trouble again.
If the turtle could speak, it would surely say thank you.
Such happy camper.
This situation lasted for 3 hours, and the horse seemed exhausted. To ensure that they didn't hurt the horse, they acted with extreme caution. The dry climate caused this camel to seek out the nearest water source. Unfortunately, it became trapped there for 2 days.
It's really good. I think we can reverse it up. Go! Off you go!
A man wrestled an alligator to save his puppy, who was in danger of being eaten. What a hero! This deer was covered in snow and couldn't see anything. With their help, it could return to normal.
Нет, ты сейчас порвешь как... Я понимаю, боль.
This 1-month-old Joey has become an orphan. Despite the slim chance of survival, people were doing everything they could to save the poor little Joey. The flood forced villagers to evacuate, but they didn't abandon these poor animals.
Get some more help here from our province.
This team of professionals found a turtle near the harbor with a fishing net in its mouth and intervened quickly to save its life. A seagull came to this man's window. Maybe it was too tired and hungry after yesterday's hail. This bear had 28 days in the dark with a plastic container on his head. Finally, the bear was spotted on a security camera and was sent back into the light. These two men's trip became a wonderful memory as they did a good deed. After being freed from the ropes, this sea turtle returned to give these divers a thank you. Let's see what they found. A baby bat lying next to her mother. Rescuers found a way to separate her from the mother. And then it was taken to an intensive care unit until it was old enough to be returned to Mother Nature.
Woods.
This bird would have drowned if no one had come along. And this woman helped it, even though it hurt her.
Driving towards land. There you go.
Miss was very caught up.
After a whole day of struggling, this fox calmed down and waited to be rescued by a nice man.
Oh, I know. Yeah, got myself out of that nearly, haven't I? Good boy.
Here, a desperate kitten had made many unsuccessful attempts to get out of a metal tube. But luckily, with some help, it succeeded.
Okay.
This rarely seen giant freshwater stingray got stranded and was rescued in the Mekong River. By some miracle, this deer was fully able to function even with an arrow through its head.
Thank you.
After a 6-hour helicopter rescue, Sonny the horse was finally brought back home. Earlier, Sonny had fallen down a 15-meter hill in the dark of night.
Come here, baby. Come here.
There you go. Good job.
Oh, you made it. Are you okay?
The rushing water made even a strong animal like a cow feel helpless. All she could do was pray, and those prayers came true. Even fierce creatures like sharks need assistance from humans. Removing the fishing hook and helping the tiger shark return to the ocean, this group of people did a great job.
Sorry, mate. Oh, he's got 6 hooks in him. That's all. Good. There you go. Yes.
The two young men kept receiving signals for help from 2 unfamiliar dogs. They decided to follow the dogs, and to their surprise, became timely rescuers.
No way.
it goes. You're the it. Don't drop the grate. Don't drop the grate.
Make sure her neck is
Don't drop the grate.
Yeah. You want to take it off?
Hey. Hey, it's okay. Hey. Oh my God. Oh my God. Okay, here we go. Okay. It's okay. Ooh!
I cannot imagine the difficulties that this dolphin had to go through. Despite its best efforts, it couldn't return to the ocean on its own. These kind-hearted people came together to help the little dolphin find its way home. After some cries for help, the pig's owner appeared. This anaconda was fearless and determined to fight for its prey. But this brave man did not give up and successfully chased away that villain. The cow was swept away by the floodwaters and ended up entangled in a tree. Luckily, people discovered and rescued it. The heron's wing and tongue became entangled in a fishing line, rendering it unable to swim or move.
I cut the one on the face.
The police and a kind-hearted woman rescued it.
Got closer to the dog.
His owner heartlessly abandoned him at the railway track. And this is the hero who saved him.
Oh, stuck on you. Oh no, something happened.
An elephant calf had been trapped here for several days with no way to escape.
Let them go. Let them go.
Now, it can finally be reunited with its mother. After a long journey, this fox began to feel discouraged as it could not find any source of food. On the contrary, it found a generous person. This clumsy doggo was caught in a prickly fence and struggled to break free. After realizing its efforts were in vain, it decided to trust in humans.
Còn một lơ quay. Quay phục một. Chọc mỏng.
No.
An angelic stranger appeared in time to quench the cat's thirst.
Squirt me. Okay, I think I'm just gonna have to take a chance on this.
This octopus was swimming in the sea once again. These two deer fought with their antlers and got stuck. They weren't able to separate until the man used a saw to cut a piece of gauze. He was risking his life to rescue a cat who's been stuck in a long palm tree. Rescuers have successfully brought the humpback whale back to where it belongs. This turtle was very confused because he went to the wrong lane. So this kind young man helped it cross the road safely.
It's alright, buddy. It's okay. Shh, 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 shh. Hey. It's 1 foot. I got you. Whoa. There you go. Is that better?
On the Florida coast, a hammerhead shark was found with steel fishing line about its head. Luckily, these guys were nearby and managed to set it free.
No, that's awesome you're doing this for this poor bird.
It was distressing to watch a bird unable to fly freely in the skies, so we instantly helped it.
Saved him. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, he's happy now.
As soon as that leopard realized the ladder was being brought down, it immediately climbed up, as if it's been waiting for this moment for a long time.
Robimy wszystko.
For a firefighter, any life is important, even if it's just a kitten with a small chance of survival. What an incredible adventure we've had, filled with heartwarming moments alongside WOWTV's viewers. But the journey doesn't end here, as the ripples of these inspiring actions continue to expand. Let's stay together on the next captivating video. Farewell for now.